what you see behind us is Arizona's
Road to 250.
Road to 250, celebrating America's 250th birthday. Arizona's only been a state since Valentine's Day 1912, but they are still celebrating America's birthday. The trailer rolled into Tombstone yesterday. They were at Sierra Vista during the day and came up here yesterday evening. They're going to be doing a ceremony here with presenting of colors, national anthem, that type thing. And then sometime today we're going to tour it.
Right. Tombstone's Mayor Dusty is going to do a little presentation here this morning, and then they'll open it up so everybody can walk through and get a look.
Right. This weekend is Wild West Days. They're doing a salute to combat wounded veterans in town today. This town's very patriotic. One of the things we like about being here.
Yep, very patriotic.
All right, and then tomorrow's the parade, so maybe we'll get a chance to show you that too. Thanks for coming along.
To celebrate the arrival of the America's 250th Traveling Museum. This special exhibit honors the story of our nation and highlights the people, places, and events that have helped shape America as we approach the 250th anniversary of the United States. Tombstone is proud to serve as one of the host communities for this traveling exhibit as it makes its way across Arizona. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of the colors by the Tombstone High School Color Guard.
March 9. March. Left turn. March. Color guard. Halt. Ready, set. Colors.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Gentlemen, remove your hats. Everyone place your hand over your heart. All veterans by an act of Congress may render the hand salute to honor America as Tombstone High School senior Abigail Satterfield sings our national anthem.
Lucy, by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam. He does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
His anniversary, which is a little early, 4th of July. He'll be here before you know it. We all celebrate every year 4th of July for our independence. So this is a little bit special this year, 250 years as a nation. It hasn't been easy continuing on as a nation. We fought 2 world wars. We had conflicts in Vietnam and South Korea, in our border south of us, the Mexican border. But we've survived it. And I say we, I mean all of the 350 million American citizens that live here now. I'm proud to be a native of Tombstone. My great-granddad came here in 1877 before it was a town. He was proud to be an American. He came from France, France. He was a reporter for the San Francisco Chronicle doing a story on the boom of the Southwest and the capture of Geronimo, and ended up at Bronc Out Cabin and met Ed Sheplin. That's where he spent about 3 months with Ed Sheplin, and eventually got a contract from Ed Sheplin to bring timbers in from the mountains, Dragoons, Wichita, and Chiricahua Mountains. He went and finished his story, came back to Tombstone with the mules and everything it took to do the job, and we've been here ever since. The Tombstone was only was new, but the country was just barely over 100 years old at the time. And you think about it, they probably thought, boy, this America's been going a long time, but little did they know there were a lot more hurdles to get over. And you know, I tell you what, folks, it takes American citizens like us, like each and every one of us sitting out here, to make America as great as it is. Thank you for coming today. I hope you enjoy yourselves in Tombstone. And also, I want to thank the people that brought the museum down for us. I want to thank the events committee and all of their efforts. I want to thank Councilman Ritz for her efforts in getting the thing started. And also, I want to thank the events committee for staying on top of things and keeping things going. Thank you very much. Enjoy yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. I'll turn it back over to Mr. Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And now at this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the Commandant of the Tombstone Wild West Detachment of the Marine Corps League. Help me welcome Miss Wendy LeBute. Wendy.
Good morning. How are y'all? I want to welcome you to our 18th annual Wild West Days starting off today. We're going to have our display set up. We have all kinds of activity coming to you. Tomorrow we're going to have a parade, beautiful parade. We're raffling off a couple of weapons if you're a war collector. It's going to be beautiful. Nice to see everybody's faces.
We would like to recognize a very special guest joining us this weekend. Serving as the Grand Marshal for this weekend's festivities is a Medal of Honor recipient and founder of the Center for American Values, Major Drew Dix. Major Dix is a decorated Army veteran whose service and dedication to our nation represent the very values we honor as we approach America's 250th birthday. Please join me in welcoming and recognizing Major Drew Dix, United States Army.
It's always good to be in Tombstone. And when Lily called, I didn't have to think too hard about making a decision to come back, because I've been here a lot, in case some of you might know that. It's one of my favorite places. And what's so good about it is there's so many like-minded people that are hanging together. And that's so important this day and age. It's really important that the 250 Traveling Museum is being launched here because it's special. Can you imagine, 250 years ago, this country was founded with the ideal of a free place to be and prosper and raise the families. It was a nation building on immigrants. Every one of them worked hard. I'm not too sure if they had government help they'd ever cross the Mississippi. They've been waiting for more help. But the hardy folks that came here now, then, is what settled this nation. And it's important that we do everything we can to instill in the minds of our young people, our youth, the kids, and their parents who are not so old, need a little boost. Help them understand the importance of this great nation. The Center for American Values, and thank you, Lily, for recognizing the center, because it's very special to me, and we focus on the youth of this country.
Thank you, Major Dix. And now at this time, we invite the Tombstone Chamber of Commerce to join us for the official ribbon cutting to mark the opening of the Traveling Museum here in Tombstone. Mr. Ken Barrett.
This is great. Well, in case you didn't pick up on it yet, this year America marks 250 years since its inauguration, if you will, in 1776. And while Tombstone itself is not 250 years old, our town does reflect what came next in America after independence. Hard work, bold choices, and a pioneering spirit. And today in Tombstone, from historic events that tamed the frontier and brought law and order to a fledgling community, to today's family businesses and all the volunteers who bring unforgettable experiences to visitors from all around the world, Tombstone continues to represent resilience, independence, and community pride. Now, many of us remember our country's bicentennial celebration 50 years ago. Yeah, think about it. That was 50 years ago. Doesn't seem like it. But now we get to do it all over again in a bigger, better and stronger America, and a tombstone more historic and bigger and better than ever. Okay, who has the scissors to cut the red ribbon? All right, well, we'll use mine. I always carry it just in case.
You're gonna miss it.
3, 1, 2, 3.
It's pretty heavy. That concludes our ceremony, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank you all for joining us today as we celebrate America's history and the stories that connect us all. We invite everyone to stay and experience the America's 250th Traveling Museum exhibit and learn more about the journey toward our nation's 250th anniversary. Thank you for being here with us.
We stopped by the museum later in the day when the crowd was a little smaller. It starts out with a history timeline type thing of the United States. Then we move on to the replica Liberty Bell. And then the other half of the trailer is a lot of pictures depicting the history of Arizona. It's a very interesting museum if you get a chance to see it.
Always has it and does what's best for Tombstone and its residents and the community. Help me welcome our mayor, ladies and gentlemen, fourth generation Tombstonian, the Honorable Dusty Escapol. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. As the Tombstone High School Junior ROTC Color Guard presents their mounted color guard with up to 8 horses and even a cleanup crew as they present the colors for today. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and give a warm welcome to our annual Tombstone Wild West Days celebration for our Grand Marshal, Major Drew Dix. Medal of Honor recipient, United States Army retired. Drew Dix is the Medal of Honor recipient, our nation's highest award for military valor. Please welcome Congressman Juan Cismani, representing Arizona's 6th Congressional District. The American Legion Riders of Post Number 24 here in Tombstone are U.S. military veterans and family of veterans representing several generations, continuing to serve our veterans and active duty military members, as well as helping to represent the military and our organization to the community. The King Solomon Masonic Lodge number 5, the oldest Masonic Lodge in the state of Arizona. They meet on the 2nd floor of historic Shefflin Hall at the corner of 4th and Fremont Street. Talk to one of their members about becoming a member of the King Solomon Lodge. Here's a World War II Jeep driven by a vet. Cochise County Public Works honors all branches of the military service with flags and other decorations on a maximum of 3 motor vehicles. And they're giving candy for the kids. The Village Motor Car Club, its members are U.S. Army veterans. And they have their vintage cars today for us. We've got a couple of trucks, got a couple of Corvettes, and a couple of other vehicles. Beautiful Excalibur. Beautiful car. The Southwest Association of Buffalo Soldiers, known as FOBS, represent the Buffalo Soldiers of the early 20th century. They'll be joining us also this afternoon. The Tombstone Cowboy Church, located at 902 Fremont Street, invite you to join them for an uplifting, joyous time of worship and teaching. The Scottish American Military Society Post 81 represents veterans and actively serving members of the U.S. Armed Forces. Many of their American patriotic ancestors are of Scottish ancestry and fought bravely in America for America's independence. The Midnight Mine Tour and Trolley Tours would like to thank our servicemen and women who have protected our country and keep us free for 250 years from miners that built our country to the servicemen who protect us daily. Thank you on behalf of the Midnight Mine Tour. Our nation and its troops by appearing in patriotic attire reminiscent of the 1800s, reflecting how Americans of that time proudly displayed their devotion through their dress. The Tombstone Vigilettes, and we have Vancouver proudly playing the Marine Corps fight song. The Cochise County Sheriff's Office has 3 vehicles here today. One with the back bumper mounted American and Arizona flags. Through recreating Tombstone's Wild West Frontier Days for the enjoyment of the 500,000 visitors who come here to Tombstone each year. They'll be performing for you right here on Elm Street tomorrow, starting at 11 o'clock, all the way up until 2 o'clock. Let's welcome the official ambassadors of the city of Tombstone, the Tombstone Vigilantes. The Cochise County Shrine Club is part of the Savard Shriners into Tucson. Constable and Treasurer proudly sponsors Jim Anderson and his 1923 Tea Bucket Hot Rod. Would like to thank the fine men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces for 250 years of freedom. God bless our troops and God bless the USA. We, the people of Cochise County, thank you. To all servicemen and women, welcome. Thank you for being with us. Looks good. Vote for America. Vote Republican. Gail Griffin joins us. Gail Griffin for State Senate. She's running again. Also is Lupe Diaz and David Gowley. Nice vintage car. Next up, we have Old Town Tombstone, Gunfight and Trolley Tours. They have their shows daily down at Tombstone Town at the corner of 4th and Turnpike. What's happening your first show, guys? Come on down. We have Cowboy Girl on a big wheel too.
Watch a cowboy die. This will.
How are you as your first show? And rounding out our parade is also our very own beloved Tombstone Marshal's Office with one of their new cruisers. Thank you, gentlemen, for protecting us, keeping us safe. Everybody, the men and women of the Tombstone Marshal's Office, and the Arizona Rangers. Give them a big round of applause.
Dave and I want to say thank you to our troops and thank you to the town of Tombstone for your patriotism and recognizing their sacrifices. And as always, let's keep rolling.